Triforce Energy. Kachi Rod, what's going on, everyone? Sprinkles. Since that's so feminine, someone said I'm not gonna say her name, but all my stars could be feminine. Which, by the way, stars are feminine energy and masculine energy. But since I'm the masculine body, when I have my stars, it feels like it's my children, my star children, my thoughts. So, when you see Akachi Ra in my profile, I have all the stars. Those are many thoughts forms in my mind showing up on the screen. But yeah, someone could think that so I know that image she's shown was an image of a man wearing his tutu with his wife and his children. I don't know his name. I don't keep up with celebrities like that. But they all had pink tutus. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. With the mom and the children could wear tutus, but the guy, he could have just wore, pink tights. Some pants at least. I'm not tripping over pink. Pink is just another color spectrum. So I don't trip over the color pink. But it's him not wearing pants. It's the issue. So, you want to you want to be a masculine energy body, but you want to play around and play around, put on dresses and tutus. Nah. Because the physical have rules, like the spiritual have rules, the physical have rules. You just can't, there's rules to all body, to the elemental bodies. Like there's rules to the microcosmic body. The microcosmic body have rules. The minor cosmic body has rules. So we all have these rules that we must obey. So we got these rules that we must obey. So doing these rules must be applied. And yeah, I know some people want to break the rules, go off course. So you're basically following the wandering stars, right? So the wandering stars would be those that went off course and create their own rules, their own set, their own, basically within the game. They're the awakened minds within the game. So if you want to look at the universe as one big matrix box, and then the wandering stars, those that call themselves planners, the planels, the planners of the Elohims, or the big ball stars, they basically goes they're like the level up. They leveled up. Basically, you can look at them as the Agent Smiths. All these stars, all these planets above our heads are meant for advanced learning, or basically they're the ones, the snakes inside of they're the malware inside of the game. They're basically telling you, hey, this is a system that we can break, and we're going to go against the rules. Everyone else is going to follow, we're not. So the wandering stars are like malware, Trojan horse, malicious, all these other malicious types of files you can get on your computer. That's why God in the Bible is saying He's going to destroy in Enoch, not in the Bible, but in Enoch. In Enoch, you know, God, who don't have a name in the Hebrew, but actually Yahweh or Yodrod, Yahweh. Excuse me. Yahweh would be your name, or Yahuwah. So, but yeah, Christians don't say that; they just say God. So, but anyway, Yahuwah, Yahweh, you know, he gonna destroy these wandering stars. So, if you want to put this in a inner perspective, inner realm, bring this in. So looking on the outside, you see wandering stars not following the system, and God's upset because they are breaking the rules. They're making their own rules, and they became gods within the system because they already learned how to break out of the system. So you can't have that if you want to be a controller. So just like any computer, when you have a computer and make the system, and you have software that's not doing what you want it to do, you want to try to delete it. But what if that software fights fights you, and then it basically creates itself within the system where it's hard for you to destroy them, so you have to destroy the whole cube. So that would mean, in a sense, you're gonna have to get a new upgrade, a new OS system. So every cube is a new OS system, or basically you could look at it as a cosmic shift. Universe A, Universe B, Universe C, Universe D, and so on. So let's bring that within. So going back to how I started this off. Stars around my head. So if someone wants to look at this as some type of feminine and make jokes about it, it's fine. But your stars is your mind. All the stars that was around me, it's like Tinkerbell, with little fairies, or your thoughts, or your children. Every single time you think, you put it out there, that's your child. So to make your thoughts into your children. Your thoughts are your child's, are your kids. And when you nurture those thoughts, they can become very powerful. It may take some time, but your thoughts can be very powerful children to you. Or putting the wrong thoughts can be unbeneficial and can hurt you. So yeah. And every time you put a thought in your mind, you want to marinate the sauce. You want to make sure it's heated to the right temperature. You want to make sure that you put even heat on all sides. Flip it over. Put the stick rod, the cross rod. Make sure it heats up to that 144 degree level, so the flavor can rise. All the holy bodies can rise. You see how I just implemented that whole biblical story into food. But you can do that with anything. You can really do that with anything. You know, that when you're cooking steak or meat or whatever, you put the rod, that's the cross, you got the idea. Oh, excuse me. So your thoughts, those stars I have around my head is my planetary bodies. And each planetary body have its own name, have its own purpose. One is for to destroy. One is for to teach. One is for to love. One is for to just create chaos. One is for to sometimes to bring peace. And one is just to do whatever the hell it wants. I don't have no control over it. I do ultimately, but I basically say, hey, no constraints. Do whatever you want. So when our thoughts comes to me, some people say, oh, you got multiple, not me, but someone can say, oh, you got multiple personalities. Well, that's not a bad thing if you control those personalities. Now, if you have mental disability and you do have multiple personalities and you can't control it, that's something different. But if you control these thoughts, these many bodies, these many children, or legions, all those stars have a purpose. So those 53 Goratias, now have a purpose. You are soul, you're Solomon, because you are the soul of a moon being, Moobian. Human, there's humans and Moobians, and there's other things too. But Solomon, the moon is the cooler hidden part of your soul. The sun is the hottest. It's just a bright nature of the body that you see. Because we see the flesh all throughout the day, working, being strong. At night is where you really see that person true character, behind closed doors, their spirit. That's when the moon energy comes forth. Who are you truly at night, behind closed doors? Once the camera lights are off, the spotlight's off. The spotlights is off. You're not at work. You don't have to pretend to be somebody. Now you're at home. The lights are off. Behind the scenes, who are you? So yeah, that's what that is, right? I got my hair cut, trimmed down, so I made a post earlier about that. So I did get my hair trimmed down some, so it's not so long. So all the little pieces that I have are gonna burn. I'm going to anoint and burn, but I need to invest in a hot furnace, something hot enough where it can actually, burn the hair. So I seen one in Walmart. I can get some like little glass, lava glass. Basically get it real hot, burn my hair. Lava glass. I would think about that, like, well, okay, the mirror around, because the mirror realm, we have, I spoke about that too, you know, when you look into the mirror or the broken glass, it's like multiple, you're shattered the multiple realms. You open up multiple gateways. So when I do my burning of my hair and use some of that lava glass, I'm gonna think of it like a way of reaching out to the multiple dimensions. And so it's because it opened the gateway. So yeah, so your thoughts, the light bodies, those you know, the image I have is for a purpose. So your children, I don't have children, but your children will represent a physical light body. But they themselves are their own universal plane. They're their own plane of existence. So people say, hey, how can I tap into different planes of existence? Every time you speak to someone different, you're tapping into something different type of plane of existence. Everyone got their own rules and regulations on their own planes of existence. When you talk to someone, you may learn something new. So you visited their realm. Because when you're in the face-to-face talking to someone, your aura field connects. You may not see it. It's not meant for our eyes to see. This the veil of Isis. The blue screen. The blue screen hides many things from us. So, once this layer is removed or rolled back, like what the Bible was saying, it needs to be rolled back. It's like a lid, or the sky needs to fall back because it's a blue screen. Then we can actually see the true light spectrum surround us. So just imagine when you can actually see who are light bodies and who are not. Because real light bodies or real soul ships in the sky are light bodies. Anything physical who's dark and dormant is created down here. They're the illusion. All right. Well, I made this take me a little short nap. I had to take my dad to it. Excuse me. I had to take my dad to a little church I grew up with, and I really don't go to it now. I just stay at home, do my meditation. I don't need to go to it. But somehow, some way, they always get me to come over here. So I just in the parking lot. I took my dad over here. He's doing communion tomorrow. We got to practice communion. But this is a little church that I grew up in when my parents was taking me, or when you're forced to go. But everyone still knows me, everything. So it's kind of like, it's kind of part of my growing up phase. And then going through here, looking at all the different parts of the church, I was like, I remember I was here. I was, 13? I was 14, 15. 15. I was in this room. Okay, I had to do a church sleepover, which is horrible. My gosh. Church sleepovers, man. Just think of it. I was happy inside of my own room by my Xbox. And then my parents said, "You doing a church sleepover? Bring your Bible and your sleeping gear." I'm like, what the I'm like, come on, man. But it is what it is. He had to do that. Had to do it, even though I didn't really care for it. I always had questions that could never be answered. So, It's always funny to ask different pastors different questions and they can't answer it. Now, I did run into a couple of pastors that actually confirm a couple of things for me about masonry and being a pastor and being a mason. So I'm like, okay, wait. You didn't have to confirm that for me, but hey, thank you for telling me that you are a mason. I know your pastors are masons, so most of them are. So anyway, Country Run, Triforce Energy. Thank you everyone for watching. Y'all have a great rest of your night, and peace and power to the galactic star family. May you sweet fourth coming through here soon and wipe out the false ones. Yeah, we're about to take back over. We never left, but damn, did we take. It felt like, since I'm in the human body, it feels like forever down here. I know we're down here for a purpose, though. We're down here now. The ones who down here teaching, telling you all these things. We're trying to reach out to you to awaken your mind right now, to let you know what's going on. So, but many still not going to listen. But it's not really for everybody. We're only reaching out to our lieutenants and generals and different soldiers who's ready. So, all right, so Kajara, I'm out.